All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get right into it. Podcast. This is the second episode in which we're recording it before I release the last one, but I have a legitimate excuse this time. Okay. That podcast we did was way too fucking long last week. I got like an hour and a half through it, and I was like, I can't do this anymore, and then I just stopped. That shit's way too fucking long.
We put in all that work and use all that brain power, and you don't put in your part. Okay, I got it.
I'll finish it up tomorrow. But yeah, it just it was a lot. It was a lot. Um, yeah. So much like the last 3 or 4 weeks, this week is still very barren with news. Though I think there's enough news for us to really get together and start actually talking about things again that aren't just random topics that we shoot out of our ass. Um, and there are a few things I thought I'd bring to the table. I guess I just want to. I know, you know what? Let's just start with a thing that you guys are gonna, you know, let's just start with the thing that you guys don't really care about and that my audience cares about. Yeah, no, I'm struggling to speak. Listen, I just worked 10-hour shift. All right, yeah. But in any case, let's start with the thing that you guys won't care about, that my audience will care about. Okay, there's
Xenoblade
Xenoblade
3.
3 rumors. Okay, so
Xenoblade titty bitches.
there have been a lot of rumors speculating for a little while now about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being in development ever since fucking definitive edition dropped and Future Connected dropped. Everyone was assuming that Xenoblade 3 was being worked on, and I think it's something that's culminating now um into like there being like a lot of speculation and rumors about it. And the newest one primarily comes from uh I guess almost an unintentional leak from the voice actress who plays as Melia, Jenna Coleman, going on an interview on a YouTube channel and just kind of almost saying accidentally, like, yeah, they might be working on the third one. I don't know if I should say that. And now everyone's like, okay, well,
It's like you kind of already did.
yeah. I mean, she might be under NDA. I don't know. If she is, then she's fucked. But if not, then like I highly doubt she. I highly doubt she was like, if they're actually working on a game with her featured in it, I doubt she would be at liberty to say anything. But she seemed to like literally catch herself on the mistake when she's like, yeah, they're working on the third one. She was immediately like, oh wait, I probably shouldn't have told you that. So I mean, this has literally led to some insider uh like essentially discussions stating that the game is close to the final stages of development, and the game is planned on being revealed sometime this year with a release next year. I would not be surprised, honestly, just because it's been, Jesus Christ, it's been 4 years since Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So, and obviously, even from the beginning, Monolith Soft said, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition didn't really take our manpower away from our main development studio. And the team at Monolith Soft, who was working on Breath of the Wild 2 at the time, was also hiring for another project that they didn't really disclose, but everyone assumed would be New Xenoblade. They just didn't know if it would be Xenoblade 3 or Xenoblade Chronicles X2. But now that we know it's going to be Xenoblade 3, more rumors have popped up about like what the plot generally will be and how it's connected to all the other games. So one of the big things that people are mentioning is that apparently the game is going to be, this is according to a lot of rumors. Rumors can be taken with a big grain of salt because typically they aren't true and they're just fan speculation or people on the internet telling lies. But apparently this game was going to be taking place in the distant future of Xenoblade Chronicles 2's world, but it's going to star or feature Melia and it's going to kind of connect the worlds of 1 and 2 together in certain ways. And I mean, that's interesting. Um, kind of want to see if that plays out, but it would make sense considering the title and direction of definitive edition and the epilogue for it, Future Connected. The focus on Melia makes sense. The kind of closure to her story there makes sense. The title of it makes sense, Future Connected, and it just kind of makes sense in the sense that games are not games, but a lot of media nowadays. It started with Marvel, but it's expanding to other universes too. Are really dipping their heads into the fucking multiverse shit, and it's. I mean, I think it's getting a little old already because I never really liked multiverse stuff to begin with, but I could totally see Xenoblade doing a multiverse story. Wouldn't really be too far fetched too. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have any opinions on it? Pretty much just spoke my mind on that big topic there.
Make it good.
I
If
agree.
they do multiverse and or time travel or anything like that, then you're just lazy.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. If they do the whole time travel or multiverse thing, I'm not. No, I'm not buying it. I'm
I
not.
Yeah, I mean I doubt I mean I don't know if they're gonna do time travel. I highly doubt. I feel like they would do a multiverse thing before they do time travel. Um
You don't know that.
True.
You
I
played
mean
Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They can do anything.
well I mean like the thing is the one of the biggest things about Xenoblade's characters, specifically Xenoblade One's characters, I should clarify, is that they genuinely don't need to do time travel since like Hyantia have lifespans of like thousands upon thousands of years. And if it's gonna star Melia, then she could literally just be like an adult Hyantia, and it will be fine. Like I don't think it's gonna make a significant difference if they do time travel to the point where they would have to implement it. And I would much prefer them focus on. I think they're gonna do this primarily. I think they're gonna focus on a whole new cast and maybe just feature other characters from different games linking together the worlds in one way, shape, or form. Like I don't know, the way that Future Connected kind of ended was like the creatures from a kind of different universe that looked eerily similar to some of the creatures in Xenoblade 2 were kind of like seeping into the world of Xenoblade 1. So I could see like maybe the worlds crossing over just gradually without there being like a whole, you know, like literal like jump through a portal moment that you kind of see that progression take place. But I don't know. I'm not in the minds of Monolith Soft. I just want I don't again, I've never wanted Xenoblade 1 again. I just want a game that's good. I want a game that has focus. I want a game that is fun, and I want a game that makes me feel something. Uh
Pick one.
no.
Xenoblade Chronicle 2 it is.
But I mean, I don't know, like playing the Neo The World Ends With You has opened my eyes to the idea that like a game doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing as its predecessor for me to still find enjoyment in it. I've liked the time I've had with The World Ends With You, and that's purely because it substituted the edginess for some quirkiness, and I don't mind that because the focus is on the quirkiness, and the characters and the story and the way the world is built lends itself more easily to that type of story dynamic versus the serious, dark, and brooding, edgy characters that were in the first. And I mean, like that was that. I guess that was maybe my problem with two as well. I've talked ad nauseum about Xenoblade 2 at this point, but I feel like the game lacked genuine focus in what it wanted to be because sometimes it was just telling dick jokes. Sometimes the characters were like fighting gigantic lolly maid robots, and immediately after the story was trying to take itself way too seriously. Like, okay, you didn't just do this goofy ass thing, and now you're trying to make me feel bad for this goofy ass thing. Like that's just the game in a nutshell. Is like, instead of focusing on the characters and their personal development to make those emotional moments stand strong, they focused on really shitty slapstick anime humor and didn't focus enough on either one to make me feel satisfied. It didn't feel like it was being funny. It didn't feel charming most of the time, and it didn't feel like it was emotionally gripping most of the time either, because they were too focused on doing the jokes and the laughs and shit. So yeah, oh my god, I just went into a fucking rant about Xenoblade 2 again.
Busy doing jokes in Xenoblade 2?
I hate everything. I hate everything here. Anything you guys want to bring up, or should I just keep going down the list?
What's the list?
Alrighty then. Okay, so apparently Idris Elba is going to be playing as Knuckles in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the new movie.
EOC.
He doesn't punch with his fists. He punched with his heart.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean,
and with his massive fists.
I liked Idris Elba's performance in the Suicide Squad. We just recently watched that. That was pretty good. So I mean, I have faith that he'll be a good Knuckles. And this honestly has me like, I don't know, man. The first Sonic the Hedgehog movie was the last movie I saw in theaters, and this might be the first movie I go back to see in theaters. And that's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. A little bit sad, yeah.
I blame that more on the world.
Oh.
But I mean, I definitely want to see what the story ends up being like, and where it leads to, because I mean, if it just pretty much plays out like a Sonic, like the Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the game, I would appreciate that, because from what the plot synopsis is leading toward, it's like it's dropping the humans and kind of going directly into the Sonic world. And I think I am gonna appreciate that, but I hope they just don't make it too Sonic fan servicey, because these people don't know what they want, and usually what they want is very, very much so not what the average consumer or just casual fan of Sonic the Hedgehog is interested in. Every time I think of what a hardcore Sonic fan wants, I think of that cringy ass video of the top 10 hottest Sonic characters, and I just want to yeah. So yeah.
Princess Peach?
Yes. Yes. Princess
when
Peach.
will you learn
that your actions?
When will you learn your actions have consequences?
So what do you guys think?
Frickin' fricks!
What do you guys think of Idris Elba as Knuckles?
I mean, I'm just happy that they made like Knuckles a black dude.
You and the entire fucking internet.
I was like just looking at Knuckles, like, okay, he's red. He's an echidna. It's like,
he's
no,
black.
It's a black.
He's black.
But Piccolo's a black dude. Knuckles is a black dude. They got that right. As of like how he's going to perform, he's going to do his best. It's just up to the movie. So if they're making him say stupid shit or like have a certain emotion at a certain part where it doesn't fit, it's like, what? But so far, I'm like, okay. They need to just get any black dude. They got a black dude with like a deep voice too. So
and an accent.
Yes.
But
that's what fucks me up. Knuckles is British.
That's another. Yeah, you know what? It kind of goes against the whole. Knuckles has always been characterized as like the gullible, like knuckleheaded, no pun intended, or meat-headed like idiot character.
Who knows? Maybe Idris Elba can do a British accent.
I'm sorry?
No, that's what Idris Elba.
What? No, Idris Elba's British.
Okay, no,
exactly.
I hate you. I fucking hate you. I got painted so hard.
But yeah, no. Knuckles has been characterized a certain way throughout literally every Sonic game, that it seems like I wonder what they're gonna do, because I really don't see Idris Elba as being like the meat-headed gullible type character. I usually see him as like the stoic badass like veteran character, and in most movies. So I want to see what they do. It'd be interesting. But from what I don't know, it just seemed like a really weird casting choice.
I mean, at least in the movie, it's just his voice. It's not him.
But I mean, he has to get into that role. That's the only thing. Even if it's just
the
his
role
voice.
of an echidna.
Yes. Yes, he does, and that's why I'm just like I don't understand what they're trying to do. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so next.
All right, yeah, next. So apparently, the director and part of the team for Spec Ops: The Line. You remember that game? I remember that game. That was an old game. And the Nine Inch Nails guitarist are opening a new studio, and they're going to be making quote unquote a cosmic horror game. I don't know what the fuck that means. But the new studio is called Eyes Out, and it's apparently like a single player horror game with environmental storytelling. I don't know. I like horror games. Nine Inch Nails made some good music. Spec Ops: The Line was a video game.
All this is going to be a
Bam.
subpar game with good music.
Or it'll be Kojima's next masterpiece. Bam.
That's another one too. Oh my god! You know, I should have brought that up in the podcast discussion thing, but everyone's been freaking out about Abandon again. Because Kojima dropped a post teasing it, and the game's delayed now. So everyone's like, "Is this actually Kojima's next game?" Because the dev studio came up before and was like, "No, we're not working with Kojima. Our main creative director isn't Hideo Kojima's, but his name is backwards. Like it's not." But now everyone's just like back on the conspiracy theory train. So yeah, I don't know. That was funny to me. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
I don't know, this game, like, I'm just getting a feeling of like, because when Reckoning came out, that game's it's okay, it's pretty good, but then the company went under. I'm getting the same feeling with this one. Like they're gonna
like
put this
Kingdoms
game
of
out.
Amalur, Kingdoms of
Yeah.
Amalur vibe. Yeah.
Well, fun fact
Yes.
about Mr. Corey Davis. He co-founded Tangent Games, the studio that made Here They Lie.
Oh,
Do with that information what you will.
I don't know. I just feel like this game is gonna come out and it's just gonna be like they're definitely gonna pay off a few YouTubers to play their game. Then it's gonna come out. They're gonna play a little bit of it. Everyone's just gonna be like, "No, no, this isn't for me." And then you're never gonna hear from them again.
Oh my god, fucking Corey Davis looks like Rob Halford.
He does, right? They look like
What
they could
the fuck,
start
dude?
an aged metal band right now.
God, dude, this fucking photo of them just looks like Rob Halford and fucking Iggy from Iggy and the Stooges.
They go get the same like gray photo,
Pop.
right?
Fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll be good. It's just something that you gotta kind of see with time what it's gonna be. But I mean, the names are big enough. The thing about Kingdoms of Amalur though was that I don't know, didn't the dude who started that studio blow all of his money and his budget on shit that was stupid, and that ended up like causing the game to flop?
He put a bunch of stuff in his game and advertised this bunch of stuff that he didn't have the rights to.
Yeah.
That pretty much says like, "Hey, we're gonna sue you because you used this and you weren't allowed to." And it was enough of that it just bankrupted everything.
Stupid.
But I'm pretty sure he paid a bunch of money on a bunch of other stuff they didn't need to. So I would not put that past that company or that dude. Say that dude. I'm just a dude.
Maybe it'll be a good game.
I don't know. And they said a cosmic horror game. It's like, okay,
Yeah, dude.
you're trying something new.
You're
Maybe the
throwing out.
names-
I feel like they're just throwing out random adjectives next to horror and like
Yeah.
seeing where it'll go. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I
Like
just
Dead
hope
Space?
it's-
Is this Dead
Yeah.
Space?
It's either going to be
A walking simulator or
Yeah.
like a
like a walking
third-person
simulator
horror
that's okay, or a game that's just like, what the hell is this? That's just gonna ruin like this. There's no other company that's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're making the next cosmic horror game. No, they just say horror game because That's what it is. It's a horror game. Don't add cosmic. Like there are games that you travel to other dimensions, other worlds, other planets. That there's cosmic stuff in the game. They don't call it a cosmic horror game. Just call it a horror game. You're putting too much into the title, which makes me think you're going to try too much in the game, and it's just going to fall short on parts, or just not be up to par with what you think the game's going to be. We get it. It's like, what?
So like, am I gonna be staring at the stars, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden the stars turn into like the girl from The Exorcist, and they invade my dreams or some shit? What the fuck does this mean?
Red rum.
Yum?
I have no idea what it means, but it
This
probably is
like
just meant to be
Red
an
ramen.
adjective in terms of cosmic being like, I don't know, some ethereal or otherworldly shit. But it's so amorphous that there's no hit on it. They probably don't even fucking know what it's gonna be, to be real with you. That's what most people who like throw out big words like that will say. They're like, oh yeah, we got this idea for this type of thing, and then like usually like, I don't know, whenever I have a creative idea or endeavor just like in my head and I try to execute it, it tends to end up much different than what my brain initially intends for it to be. And sometimes that means good things, but sometimes it doesn't mean good things. And then, like whatever ambitions they have are usually limited by the hardware and time and money. Yeah, okay. Let's just move on. So yeah, there's gonna be a Pokemon presentation next Friday, which we're gonna be talking
Pokemon
about.
stick.
We're gonna be talking about once it releases, because our podcast will be taking place shortly after that. But you know, figured we might as well just sit down and talk about what they could potentially mention there. I mean, I'm assuming that's probably when they're gonna announce and unveil Blastoise, but I think they're probably gonna do Blastoise and whatever the third one is, likely Blissey and Pokemon Unite, and just give them to us around that time too. Say like, yeah, these two characters are dropping today. We know you like Pokemon Unite, and maybe they'll fix things and release a balance patch that makes the game better. But I doubt they're gonna do that because this is Pokemon Company, and the Pokemon Company never listens to anyone and just does their own fucking stupid thing. So,
Well, why would they listen to you when you give them the money?
but
That
yeah,
doesn't make sense.
so maybe we'll see new Pokemon Unite information. Maybe they'll announce like a season 2 type thing where it's like, yeah, these are the second wave of characters that are going to be coming too. Then I mean, I can also assume maybe at this point they'll announce. No, I don't think they're going to announce another Pokemon Snap update. The
No.
last one just came out a month.
Yeah, I think
less
that
than a
game's
couple-
done. I think that game's done.
I mean, they dropped a free update out of nowhere, so but I don't know. If not that, then I mean, we're definitely getting Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. We're gonna be getting those and more gameplay and probably just a better understanding of what it's gonna be before its November release. And then they're gonna also show off more of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Did you guys have any predictions on what is gonna be in those two games? I mean, what is gonna entail mostly?
They're going to show off the graphical changes.
Their supposed graphical changes, yes.
I mean, if you saw the trailer at, what was it, E3? If you saw the E3 trailer, there were noticeable graphic upgrades, but I don't know if that's permanent or if that was just for E3.
Yeah, no, it wasn't an E3 trailer. They released screenshots that looked like from an updated build for Pokemon Diamond.
No, there was a gameplay trailer. There was an E3 gameplay trailer
for Diamond and
Yeah.
Pearl. Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah. In any case, I don't know. Maybe it was just touched up. Maybe it's a new build. I mean, like, all I'm gonna say is if we see Pokemon Legends Arceus and it looks like it did back in January, we're gonna have a fucking problem, dude. Like, I'm already like, I don't know, because there's no new Switch hardware that's actually going to be an improvement from the original hardware. So I'm already like, I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this off. But like, If I see that JPEG Chingling one more time, if I see that shit one more time, dude, I don't think I can do it. Like this, I fear for this game because I think if Pokemon's gonna do something different and really throw its hat into the ring of like expanding the game and making it kind of throwing it into almost maturity, into adulthood, and taking the leash off of the players and really letting them explore and figure things out, and creating a game that gives agency versus just following a linear path and doing the gym battles and fighting the Elite Four and all this shit. Once they do that, like, I feel like it needs to be done right. And if the game's gonna run like crap, if it's gonna have a lot of problems, and because every Pokemon game has problems, especially from Game Freak nowadays, I don't know if I'm going to appreciate or like it. Like,
what are you gonna buy?
I'm still gonna buy it.
You're gonna buy it.
I'm still gonna buy it, but like, I don't know. I want them to do something different and new, and this is gonna be something different and new. It's just a matter of, are they gonna do it well, or are they gonna do it the Pokemon way? And at this point, I don't even think I should ask myself that question, because I think I know the fucking answer.
It is literally called the Pokemon way for a reason.
I just think the trailer, like, if they are going to show like a new trailer, it's just going to look exactly the same, except there's going to be a few new Pokemon that wasn't seen in the original, like new, not like brand new Pokemon, just Pokemon. And it's like, okay, so that Pokemon's in it. Okay, so that Pokemon's in it. And probably some like gym leaders or something. Like,
no,
nothing
Tyler,
that's gonna.
Tyler, if I'm telling you now, if we see gameplay of Pokemon Legends Arceus and it looks like it did in January, there's gonna be a fucking problem.
It's definitely gonna look
There's
the same.
Gonna
like,
be a.
It's going to look 100% the same.
I can tolerate Pokemon Sword and Shield running at 10 FPS whenever my Blastoise fires a Hydro Pump, okay? I can't tolerate it whenever I'm walking around the environment, okay? I can't tolerate that. I can't take it. I'm not taking it.
Here's the thing, Zach. No matter what their game looks like or all the trailers, people are still going to buy it, so why would they change anything?
You're right, but but listen, all right, I don't know, man. I want this to be good. I want this game to actually be polished and a well-made experience, and I don't want it to be rushed. And I'm hoping.
Oh, they're not going to rush it. It's just still not going to be good.
I was going to say, I'm hoping that they delay the game. I'm hoping that they announce that the game's going to... People are going to be pissed, but I genuinely want this game to be delayed until like March or April or June of next year. Like, that way they can actually work on it and make it good. Because like, as it stands right now, if the game doesn't look much better, I don't know if I'm going to... I don't know what it's gonna end up being like, but yeah.
There's no I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. There's I don't know if I'm gonna finish it. That's what it is.
Probably, because
you're gonna buy it.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. But I mean, yeah, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl 2. I mean, I'm expecting that game to be really faithful recreation of the original Diamond and Pearl. It's just more of a matter of like, what are they gonna keep in? What are they gonna take out? They've already, like, there's already a rumor based on the ESRB rating of the game that they're removing like the casino, that game's version, the casino or something, because the rating was brought down specifically to exclude it. So some people are a little upset about that, but I mean, I really don't care personally. I don't think it's an essential mini game, But yeah, I mean, the game Diamond and Pearl were great Pokemon games. The last really important ones to me personally. I just hope that they really keep the essence of those games intact. And, maybe if we get a revival of Gen 4 meta, it's actually good, but I don't know. Can't trust Pokemon Company to make their competitive scene good either, so I don't fucking know.
True, they made Toxapex.
Listen, I don't know. They made Z moves, which were stupid. on top of Mega Evolutions. They made G-Max, which was the stupidest thing in the world. In fact, so stupid it's like banned from regular play at this point. Like,
Rookity in Dynamax form is the sound of terror. Oh.
They literally made with like Olros literally killed that generation's competitive scene. Killed it. Purely.
Bro, they made Dragapult.
Oh my god, yeah. They literally made a Pokemon that had to be stuffed in its own tier. Mega Rayquaza was put in its own
they did it again
tier.
in fucking Sword and Shield with fucking Zacian.
With Zacian, bro. Like I can't.
Christ.
Like I'm just afraid they're gonna do something stupid and they're gonna make Lucario like its own tier in like Diamond and Pearl, like in this break the meta again. Even though that's the one game, like the one generation, Diamond and Pearl, where the meta was like, you don't have to change anything, and I think people will be fine. You don't have to change anything about the games and the competitive scene and the way the moves are and the way the Pokemon are, and fans will be fine because that was the most balanced Pokemon generation, period. Like it was. If they destroy that, it's over. But just like everything in our lives, Game Freak ruins a good thing that we love. But yeah,
they're definitely going to change stuff about it. Like, it's definitely not going to be 100% faithful recreation, but they're going to change enough that it's like, I guess it's Diamond and Pearl. When you look at it, it's like, it's not really, is it? Like, it's in the Diamond and Pearl world and timeline, but enough has changed where you're just like, okay, something here's not quite right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that will mostly be in the art direction more than anything. But again, I don't think it's gonna be for most of the gameplay changes. It's gonna be that's not right. It's gonna be more why the fuck did they do this? Like they're gonna make one really stupid decision in terms of like a Pokemon stats or like a new mechanic for Pokemon in the game that wasn't in the original, and we're just gonna be like, what the fuck? Why did you do that?
No, Zach, don't be silly. It's not one thing. It's 50 things. Jeez. They're gonna add some new stupid item that's gonna break the meta again. They're gonna add a mon, or no, they're not gonna add a mon. They're gonna buff a mon so that it's absolutely fucking stupid. And if it's just Gen 4 meta, like if they do something like if they finally buff Luxray like they should, broken. Absolutely broken. Plus those mons are gonna have the new moves. It's like, well shit. Well fuck. I guess Luxray's OU now. It's fine.
I just hope they don't like do like special armor or like new forms of mons, or they bring back megas or some shit, because that would just make things.
No, that's after the game's been out for 3 months. Then they'll do that.
I mean, I feel like with the remakes, they usually set them and forget them, so I doubt they're gonna do anything new.
The game's gonna be out for like 4 months. They're gonna be like, hey, we're throwing in some Gen 8 Pokemon.
No,
again?
Yeah, I really like, again, with the remakes, they tend to just drop the games and then that's it. Like, I mean, like I think there was one event in Pokemon Oros post-launch that like introduced a new mon or something, but then beyond that, like the game was just like, okay, we dropped it. That's it. No support. Versus, like the other games, or more recently Sword and Shield, which had a myriad of updates throughout its life. So, but yeah, Pokemon Depression next Friday. Be there. Cool. So let's move on. I mean, man, we already been at this for 40-something minutes. Cool.
You're welcome.
Something like that. Yeah. So I mean, what the fuck are we gonna talk about next? I want to save the other big one for last. Is that it though? Oh, that might be it. I mean,
nah, man. There's the Back for Blood beta.
That was the other big thing.
I thought that was the big thing.
Yeah, that was the big thing I was saving for last. Sorry, we're gonna talk.
There's the SMT5 trailer.
Okay. I mean, yeah, the Shin Megami Tensei 5 trailer again. Like every time I see a new trailer for the game, the more excited for it I get. And this game, I mean, this trailer showed off a little more of the combat to make me more enticed to what the gameplay system's going to be like, which I appreciate. But yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
at least for a game like that, like I can't watch a trailer and it's like, oh yeah, I'm interested because I watched the trailer and I'm like, this looks just like Nocturne. And if you watch a trailer for Nocturne, you have no idea what the fuck's going on, why things are the way they are. With this one, it's the same thing. It's like I just want to see actual, like an actual like a not trailer, like a 30-minute gameplay trailer
I mean,
or
no,
something
yeah,
like
no.
that.
This trailer was a 7 or 8 minute gameplay showcase
No, I don't want
trailer.
7 or 8 minutes. I want to go 30 minutes because
I
most of
mean,
the 7 to 8 minute ones aren't actually
then
in
you
the
could
game.
watch
It's
the
just something they
Treehouse
specifically made.
presentation that happened in E3, which was an hour long with gameplay.
True.
Like it,
A lot of those aren't actual gameplay either.
but no, that was literally a full hour of gameplay. Okay, never
It
mind.
was full hour of the game, but if the game was coming out like a week after, then okay, that was the actual game. But you know how many times they show, oh, here's an hour gameplay or 30-minute gameplay or 15-minute gameplay, and then the game comes out and then you never do that?
I
It's
don't
like,
think
so you
that's
just
gonna be
advertise
yeah.
something that's not in the game, and
That's not
especially in
gonna be
this
the case
game,
with that. Yeah, that's not gonna
in
be.
this game, it's
That's
just
definitely not gonna be the case with that. But I mean, I don't know. Like again, the way that they showed a lot of the mechanics and things, I'm starting to see why this is a little bit different from other Shin Megami Tensei games in certain ways. Um, so I mean, I don't know. The I'm just excited for it still. I definitely want to see more and maybe see like if there's something that I'm missing. But for the most part, this is it. Just kind of it does seem like standard Shin Megami Tensei, but with like a slight twist to it. And that twist is, hey, you remember Nocturne? So yeah,
Nocturne, but more anime.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Okay, let's just get into the Back for Blood beta. Tom, I don't know, have you played any of it since it's come out like today?
Yesterday.
No,
Nope.
I said nope 3 times. I didn't pick up because I did that higher register thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Tom, you're probably not gonna be as involved, but chime in whenever you have any questions, or you you just wanna feel involved. Let us know.
So I looked up what people thought of the beta.
Trash.
Apparently, there's a thing where the zombies say the fucking N-word.
Yeah, that's a thing that yeah.
How do you know?
Yeah,
No,
that's the thing.
no,
Yeah.
no, no.
There's
Okay,
so many
no.
people.
Like it's not even a meme. Like the developers addressed it. The developers addressed that it was an issue.
Nope. Okay, let's talk about the problems with the actual gameplay of the beta. So I tried logging into the beta when it first opened up at 3 p.m. Eastern time on yesterday on Thursday, and it took me 20 login attempts before the game actually let me play the game. Then I played my first match, and it felt really clunky and gross. And then I changed like some of the sensitivity options. The aim assist is the stupidest thing
like
ever.
5 sensitivity. Like,
yeah, that shit's so slow.
5 sensitivity.
Oh my, that shit's so slow. And then like the aim assist is either like it's too snappy and like ridiculous, or it's just like it doesn't go where you want it to. But turning it off makes gameplay so difficult on console at the very least.
Literally, it feels like you have aimbot with that aim assist.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. You're shooting zombies through bushes and you can't even see them.
Yeah.
If they're like, you could have a pistol and a zombie could be like sniper distance away. If you just get your reticle close to it and aim right over it, just fire. And if you have a Desert Eagle, bam, dead, bam, dead, bam. Aim assist in that game is broken and vicious. They need
They need to
Like
nerf
if
that.
they had like a aim assist that was
It needs to be a
no
gentle
aim
tug. It
assist.
can't be a snap. That's the only
Well,
thing.
it's like
Like,
there could either be like a no aim assist, and then in the middle, like partial aim assist, which could be like a tug. Because some people just suck at shooting games, but still buy them, so they need that snap. But most of the time, I didn't even feel like I was playing. Like L2, R2, L2, R2, L2, R2, L2,
I
R2,
think it's
L2,
meant
R2.
to give the console players a leg up against the PC players in a lot of cases, but it really
But it's not even like a
does.
leg up. Like it's
Yeah.
it's like the PC players are still in bed, and I just won the Olympics. That's what it feels like.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
maybe I don't know, but I mean, yeah, I should preface this and clarify by just saying, like, I did enjoy a good amount of my time with the beta. I didn't hate the game. I just think that it needs to still sell me. I mean, I'm getting it free on Game Pass anyway, but it needs to still sell me on like some of the things that I'm a little haphazard on in terms of the gameplay, in terms of what it has to offer, because at the moment, there's really like a very small handful of things when I look at it. I'm like, yeah, this could totally work. But for the most part, it's just like bogged in mediocrity. And we started by talking about the aim assist as being a problem, but I mean, there's a lot of things too. The AI for your partners, if you don't get a full group of 4, the
Dummy.
AI is horrible,
Dummy.
absolutely ridiculous. That
And the
motherfucker,
way they Sonic, like they randomly
that
Sonic
motherfucker
speed to something.
Evangelo literally teleports behind you, shoots you, or steals your kills. And depending on the character you're playing as, that can be kind of lethal. Because, like, for example, I was playing as the chick with the baseball bat, and one of my passives was I could heal every time I heal, and I get stamina every time I kill someone with a melee hit. So I'm walking around meleeing people, and all I see is in the top corner is the green text saying Evangelo saved Zach. I'm like, okay, thanks. Not really though, because not only did you shoot me with your shotgun, but you stole my kill and kept me from regenerating my stamina and my health. Like,
Nothing for that. They never changed their weapons. Like
yeah,
he had a shotgun in the beginning. When we got to the end, he still had that same shotgun.
yeah, no, I'm
Like,
pretty
thankfully,
sure.
they get perks. Like they get perks as it goes through, but they still stick with that same weapon.
Yeah, and it sucks too because like when we were playing, David had died in near the end,
Yeah.
and he took over Evangelo, and he's like, yeah, no, this guy has shit weapons and everything. And they're like, oh well, that sucks. he took over the bot, and the
Another
bot.
thing is I joined a game. And so far from what I've noticed, you can't join a game. Like it's just random quick play. So unless you're invited to it, it'll just throw you into hey, somebody's playing here right now. And it pretty much threw me in the second to last mission.
Oh, that
And I
sucks.
could take over one of the bots, but the bots, like he had random cards, like literally random cards. I'm like, and you can't check them mid game. At least not while zombies are around. So it's like I meleeed somebody. I'm like, oh, I have a knife melee, and I got healed. It's like, what is this bot running? And you use
Oh,
the bot's cards. So it's like, oh, my starter pack. No, use or my custom one, use the bot's one, which I would like to, if I join mid game, okay, I'll use that. But if I go to the next one, I should be able to choose. But that was not the case. A lot of the weapons felt okay. It's just a lot of them
felt
you would
too
never use.
samey,
Like,
or some of them you just wouldn't use over others.
yeah, like literally every sniper or marksman rifle, never touch them.
Yeah, there's no reason to because the aim is way too slow on the
Like
ADS, and
the double barrel, pick literally anything else.
yeah, the pump actions are pretty good. I mean, like I feel like too, like with most of the melee weapons, they're okay, but like there are superior choices. When I ran with that with the machete, I felt like I was unstoppable. But then again, I don't know. We played with the hatchet and the the training area, and that was pretty
I
funny
think
too.
one shot.
Yeah, okay. We'll also talk about this. We were just playing around in the shooting range, like killing each other. That was the most fun we had in the entire beta. That's so sad. That is so sad. That we played through the whole like act 1 of the campaign. It took us like an hour and a half, and like the most fun we had was shooting each other in the training area. But I mean, yeah. Beyond that, I mean, there are a ton of things that the game, like, I don't know, the AI not only is glitchy and weird, but like they don't actually contribute anything to the to like a lot of pivotal gameplay moments. So like we were at the final choke point in the very last act, and or the very last chapter, and literally we would get stuck in spitter webs that you have to melee someone to get out of, and the AI dude was just standing there staring at us. Like, he was literally standing there not doing anything directly in front of us.
The best part is he would either Sonic run, because he teleports to different players. He would Sonic run over to you and put his shotgun aimed at the floor at your feet, or he would slowly, briskly walk up to you and then aim his shotgun at your feet. It's like, what? And he does the same thing. Like, some single zombies would run up to him. If zombies get too close to the AI, they don't attack. He just looks at the ground. It's like, great, now I gotta save him. And they don't pick up. Like, if they're trying to revive somebody, if a zombie gets within their shoot range, they'll stop and shoot that zombie, and then turn around and start the revive over again.
Yeah, he just won't finish any revives, which is ridiculous too. But yeah, on top of that, like the AI, just like, there was one time where he was literally on a turret at a certain point in an area, and he wouldn't get off of the turret, even though we were walking like 80 million feet away from said turret, and he was not involved in the fight at all. Then he went down all the way there, and we're like,
to us.
And then he teleported to me at a bay somewhere while he was dead. And I was just like fucking dying laughing, because this motherfucker literally showed up out of nowhere dead in front of my arms, like, revive me.
Rest, please, break gun. Another thing, with the minigun he was on, the miniguns suck.
Yeah,
because there's no reticle when you're aiming down the sight.
Mm-hmm.
There's no animation that the minigun is spinning up. And there's no bullets that fire out. You're just like, okay, I guess the reticle's here, and you hold the button, and you can hear it firing, and then the enemies just act like they're being shot, and then they just fall. It's so weird. It's like, I don't know if I'm contributing. Like, I don't know what the spread is on the shooting for this. It's just much rather stand there with your own guns. Because I don't think I ever had a problem with ammo except on the first mission. But that's when I was still, getting used to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Every other mission, I was like, there was ammo everywhere. So it wasn't really a problem.
Yeah, I feel like the main gameplay loop is rather boring too, in all honesty. Like, I mean, I'm so used to games nowadays, really, first person shooters especially. It feels dated. I should clarify. It feels dated. Jumping ahead in terms of movement mechanics and in terms of like gameplay mechanics to really make every single game stand out and feel unique. And this game just kind of feels like another standard like Left 4 Dead zombie clone. Like, it doesn't feel like it's doing the thing that Left 4 Dead did that made it unique. It feels like it's just copying the same thing and not really like evolving it for the time period that we're in now. So, like, for example, I would be cool with the slide button. Just give me a slide. There's no reason why there shouldn't be a slide button. Your character already moves like they got a stick up their fucking ass. Just let me have more mobility. That's one. The stamina is kind of trash. I can maybe get it when you're progressing later on, and like I stacked up on stamina things.
Because it's past it. There's a thing like where you actually have to purchase like points you get completing missions. Once you get that first pack, then there's 3 more packs that pop up, and there's one pack specific for speed, for stamina regeneration, for all that. It's like,
Yeah.
why wasn't this one of the first ones I could choose?
I mean, even
Like, why
then,
don't I get
it's
through this one
yeah.
here that might not deal with the way that I'm playing, and then I have to get this
I mean, even then, it's so like dependent on what player you are too, because I mean, like stamina could
Yes.
either be useless to you in terms of okay, I can just run across the map and then I'll just shoot things, or if you're playing melee, it could be like the most important stat you have. So like, it really depends, and I don't know if I enjoy that it's so like dependent on okay, am I playing one way or the other. And even then, I feel like there's not a whole lot of like customization of the characters. This is the other complaint I have about how it feels dated. Like the characters, sure, they are unique in the sense that they have their own passive abilities that make them slightly different from each other. But overall, I feel like they don't take that full leap to make the characters feel distinct. Like in order to do that, I think they needed to give each of the characters ultimate abilities, like something that really makes them stand out in the heat of
Something that
gameplay.
made you like, okay,
Yeah,
I want this character
like
because of this.
yeah, if the chick with the bat could go berserk for a few minutes and just get like an ultra melee weapon and just like wreck house, or the dude who's like a marksman could get, I don't know, like could get like
I don't know, it's like
aim bot or some shit.
a lot of their passive abilities, like that they start with, it's like these are kind of just useless. Because like
Yeah,
one dude's like, you take 10% less damage. Okay, it's like there was never a point where you're just like, wow, I'm glad I got that 10% less damage. No, it's either you survived the fight or you died. Like
it's
the 10% less damage didn't do anything.
it's also not really
Or
gameplay altering too. It's just a stat
yeah,
modifier.
it's like
Like it's
10%
why
more damage. It's like when you can one shot the base zombies, and when there's a special zombie coming up, your whole team shoots it. Like, what does my 10% more damage do?
Yeah. Like when your characters all can wield the same guns,
Hmm.
virtually all do the same thing minus some like minor stat changes dependent on who you're playing as, it doesn't really make your character choice feel that important.
Well, so the only ones that are good is the 10% more stamina at the start and
Mhm.
10% more health at the start. And that's
Yeah.
just two characters. I think there's some locked characters that were 10% faster revive speed. And I think there was one that heals for 10% more, which those are useful. The rest of
Mhm.
them suck.
But I mean, even then, it's not. Again, those are just stat modifiers. They're not
Yeah.
gameplay changing things that make a character make or break good. Like again, like I don't know, like give me a character who's a medic who like has an ability that literally can res everyone at once if everyone else on the team goes down. Give me a character who maybe is like, I don't know, the beefy tank dude who has a button who every once in a while on a cooldown can draw aggro of the zombies near him to get him off of his friends. Like again with the melee character, give them an ability that can make their baseball bat swings do a shit ton of damage, make the sharpshooter have aimbot, or make the bullets do more damage, or just something that makes the characters feel distinct and makes their role in game feel more defined, instead of everyone just doing the same thing and stepping over each other's toes, because all that matters are the stats and kills you get and the slight modifications to the cards that come later on in gameplay. Like, and I don't know, that's where my biggest gripe lies, is that the game, I don't see myself, if the game really is like, because we played through one full act, if the game's going to be like 3 or 4 acts long in terms of the single player, because I ain't touching that versus multiplayer shit. I'm not fucking touching
No,
it. Yeah,
definitely
but
not.
like if the game is just going to be 4 acts, and it's going to be like 6 to 8 hours in its campaign, I don't see myself playing it that often. Like I see myself playing
Yeah,
through
you're gonna
everything once, getting a feel of what the game's like, and then not
like I might
touching it
be
again.
playing through each act once and then maybe a second time on your new cards. But then after that, it's like, eh.
Yeah. I mean,
Like the
yeah.
the last mission when we did it, it was it is we failed the first time. And it was kind of difficult the second time.
I mean, we failed the first
And
time because the modifier we got was ridiculous. It's made all the runners
yeah,
do like
yes, that was
insane
another thing.
damage. Like that's
If
so
you
stupid.
die, like, oh hey, this is too hard. Let's just wipe and do it again. So all the modifiers are gone, which makes it easy mode. And at the end of it, where it's, hey, if you complete these, you get 500 more gold. Like, what does that matter when it's the last one when we can't spend the gold after? And I did it with because I did it today where I randomly joined. All like we literally had upgrades, so we had a bunch of offense throwables. Threw a pipe bomb, loaded it, shot. Some more zombies came. Threw a pipe bomb, loaded it, shot. Like it was so easy. That's why I think like a second playthrough around, it's not going to be hard again. Like it's just going to be okay. We know what happens. Bam. Yep. Bam. Yep. Done.
I
Like
mean,
it's
yeah, not I get it. I don't even matter. Difficulty doesn't even really matter a whole lot to me. Again, it's more like what can the game do to make it replayable in a way that I feel like I'm playing it in a whole new way again. Like, and that's what a lot of these like games of this type will end up doing is like different
I think that's what
characters.
they tried to
Yeah.
do with the modifiers.
But that the modifiers don't do enough though. The modifiers again, they're just basic stat changes that don't change the core fundamental gameplay. They just change like you're slightly make a difference in like what your role is. But you're still doing the same thing that the guy next to you is doing unless you're
No,
playing melee or
not those
shooting.
modifiers for you. The modifiers for the levels.
Oh, for the levels. Yeah,
Because
no. Those
there was some
modifiers
where
are
it's like
shit.
well, there was like a lot of the modifiers were just like take this specimen sample to the end and you get 500 extra gold, or make sure nobody goes down and you get this many extra gold. Don't
But
put on any alarms to get this much extra gold.
yeah, I mean, but
That
that
was just
the
more like get money. Then there was some that was runners are stronger and do double damage, or there's more of these enemies around. Like I'm pretty sure if you play on harder difficulties, then they'll say like, hey, there are 2 times more special zombies, and the special zombies are 4 times harder and deal 2 times more damage. Like
mm.
something like that. But I think that's only going to be on harder
I
difficulties.
mean, even then though, that's not that still doesn't change the
Yeah,
game.
it's
Like
just
it just
ups.
it doesn't change the fact that you're doing the same shit
Yeah,
in each
yeah.
different levels every time you do a run. Like you're still going to be doing the same thing. You're just going to be like, "Oh, this time I have to deliver the specimen or this time I have to make sure I don't get stuck in a trap." It's like they're stupid modifiers that don't actually change the core gameplay experience at all. And again, the core gameplay experience, I think it has potential. I want it to be good, but at the same time, they just got to do something to really make it feel replayable. I don't want
Well,
to just play this game once and then leave it to die. You know?
the one thing that I hated most about it was the mods on the weapons. Like the mods were fine, cool. I got this new mod. But then if you pick up a different gun, you can't take the mods from your previous gun and put it on your next gun. Like if I have an AK-47
Yeah.
and then I have a gray AK, and then there's this gray AK that's 1 point above. It's like, okay, cool, let me get that. It doesn't transfer over anything.
Yeah, I
And
picked
this
up.
sucks because at the beginning, you get to buy stuff. It's like, okay, hey, there's this attachment that's on my previous weapon that I got from the last run. Let me attach that. And then you go outside, kill like 20 zombies, and then there's a crate. You look inside it, and there's a weapon that's 15 points above.
Mhm.
It's like, what's the point in spending your gold on mods when you're going to get a guaranteed better weapon in that mission? Most of the time, within the first third of going through it.
Yeah, nothing stings more when I was carrying a gun through a whole level, and I found this like legendary attachment for it. Like it was a assault shotgun. I found a legendary attachment for it, like a magazine upgrade. It's like, oh, this is
Mhm.
dope. Pick it up, go into the next room. I get a shotgun with all better stats and no attachments. I'm like, well, I can't give my attachment to this gun, so I either drop
Mhm.
my old gun and lose all my attachments, or
Mhm.
get this, or or just trade off and get better damage and a better gun without any of the attachments. Like, God, that's such a fucking stupid system. Like, just let us transfer the attachments like every other video game does. Like,
It's like a shitty Apex.
a little bit, yeah. But I mean,
Pretty much, yeah.
no, Apex lets you transfer the
Well, yeah,
attachments, so no.
yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like a shitty Apex.
Yeah.
It took partially from Apex and was like, yeah, the whole switching thing, that's too much work. We're not doing that. Like, if you could actually go on your weapons and, okay, take this off, take this off, take this off. Like, there wasn't a lot of mods that you got that actually changed how the gun felt. Like, there's different, like, reticles. But it's like, oh, you need to look down the reticle. No, not really. When you have God tier aimbot, you don't really have to. It's like,
Mm.
oh, you reload a little bit faster. Okay, or you have a longer magazine. Okay. Everything else was just kind of useless. Like, oh, you got a red dot. Okay, hip fire is still pretty accurate without the red dot, so it didn't really feel. I didn't really feel the weight of the mods that put on, other than the magazine and the reticle. Did he get a new gun? It's just stupid. It's sometimes if oh, I want an AK, awesome. Or like I have an M4 or an LMG. Then there's an Uzi on the table. Why do I have to drop my LMG for an Uzi? Why not put that in my secondary? Why don't I get a choice on what I want to put where?
No, you can only put pistols, deagles, or melee
The
weapons in your
shotgun,
secondary, or the
or
small shotgun. Yeah.
yeah, the sawed off. But it's like an Uzi. I should be able to put an Uzi there. It's still small.
You
Like
see,
if I can hold this weapon with one hand, I should be able to put it there.
even something like that being like a character trait would make
Yes,
the game more
yes.
interesting. Give us a character that can wield two primary weapons and make it their thing. Like that would literally make me more interested in playing the game with a different character. Is giving characters abilities that alter the gameplay for them in a significant way. Don't just make every character fucking play the same with some slight modifications to their stats. It's stupid. It's dumb.
Isn't that the same thing as the dude from Left 4 Dead 2?
Probably.
Yes,
Probably. Yeah.
yes, that's
But there's
exactly.
a dude that can carry two primaries.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Man, I feel like I was a believer in this game, and
like,
I still want to believe in it.
It's like,
But like, then now I remember that Turtle Rock made Evolve, and no one liked that game.
listen,
So
we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That they can't get that game.
this is
We
giving
don't
me
talk about
Evolve vibes. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
that. Like playing it, I enjoyed my time with the game. I just don't think like the amount of time that we play Killing Floor. Like we play Killing Floor for like 2, 3, maybe 4 days, and then we stop playing it for like 6 months. Not because it's a bad game. You know, we had our fun, and it kind of just dies out. With this game, I feel like it's gonna be like 2, 3, 4 days, and then it dies out. But then I don't think we're gonna jump back into it.
Yeah.
Maybe when we're all bored and it's like, we don't have anything else to do. We don't have any other game. Oh, you want to play Back for Blood? Sure. And
Yeah,
then we'll
this
jump on that for
this
like
game definitely
an
doesn't
hour.
have a sense of longevity to it. I don't think it's a game that I feel like I'm gonna be playing for a very long time, which is why I'm happy I'm not paying for it. But that's aside the point. Like it's definitely
You guys haters. The
it,
game's not even out yet.
I mean, like
Well, it's gone gold.
if yeah,
So
that's one of the things I'm not.
that's
Yeah, if the game's
The
gone
game had
gold,
100,000 concurrent players at its peak.
well, yeah. So
And that's only the first 2 days of the beta.
It's because it's the next Left 4 Dead, of course.
yeah, people were very excited to hear that. But I mean, yeah, I don't know that. I just want the game to be good. I want it to be like it has potential to be really great, and there's really been a lack of seriously enjoyable multiplayer experiences lately in terms of like brand new ones. Because we've just still been playing the same fucking 3 or 4 games for years now. We still play Monster Hunter nonstop. We still play Overwatch. Like the only thing that's
no,
new.
no.
Okay,
as a
yeah,
loser,
sorry, we
we as a
don't play
very
Overwatch
No,
anymore.
we don't play Overwatch. No.
But you know, we still play Monster Hunter all the fucking time. We still play Killing Floor 2 all of the time. Hell, we still jump into Dead by Daylight and fucking
Hey,
Friday
you know
the
what?
13th.
It is Friday the 13th today.
It is Friday the 13th.
True.
We still jump into we jumped into Call of Duty Black Ops 4
Yeah.
Battle Royale the other day. There's literally
What the hell is wrong with you?
like a couple weeks ago.
It was one
But-
of the free PlayStation
yeah,
Plus
it was
games.
free. But like
Yeah, I know, I own it.
there was literally like been such a lack of serious fun and enjoyable multiplayer experiences. It's sad that the newest one is Pokemon fucking Unite, and that game triggers a shit in me, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to play it. But like that's why like I want this game to be good. I want it to be enjoyable and fun, but there are so many things that it just misses the mark on, and it's not really exploring its full potential with. that it needs to in order for me to really want to sink my time into it. Because as it stands right now, I think I'm gonna play through the campaign once and then never touch it again. And then that's kind of sad, all things considered, because like, like it's a spiritual successor to a game that I personally love, and I'd love to see love to see it fleshed upon and grown in an era of games that it evolved in a way that makes it feel distinct and
Evolved.
it makes it feel distinct and stands out in in a sea of really great multiplayer experiences. But as it stands right now, it seems like the game is just kind of doing the same thing it's done before, even if that means it's not going to make any improvements.
I would think in this game, like as a way of like you could upgrade like as you play through each act, you get a new card, or you get to upgrade a pre-existing card. And as you complete acts, you get points which you could use to buy more cards or buy new like spray paints and tags, stuff like that. If they allowed you to upgrade each player, and then each of those players had like, hey, at level this, the person gets this boost. At level this, the person gets this ability. At like actual progression for the characters, that would be that'd be pretty
give
freaking
us
awesome.
level ups and skill trees, bro.
Yeah,
like make it
that's the thing.
Battleborn. Just make the game Battleborn, okay? Just do it. I want Battleborn. Let this be Battleborn.
But at least with that, it does run the risk of, hey, if you didn't get the character that you've been playing for the past 2 days because somebody else picked them before you, now you gotta either play a level 1 character or back out and go back in, because there's no like pick this character and I want this character, because you can be in the lobby and be a certain character while you're waiting to start a game, but once the game is picked, everyone gets a chance to fast pick their characters, which kind of sucks when you set your build for a certain character to get the max out of them, and then somebody else auto picks them.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they can give us free play options where everyone can pick any character that they want. In fact, can you do that in Left 4 Dead? Wasn't there? Well, I feel like there was a mode where you could all be the same character.
Yeah. I think that was a mod.
Yeah. I mean, even still, it's like, come on.
Another thing about this game is each of the characters is different, and then they try to add in a little bit of backstory while you're playing, and it's like, it's fine if you add a little bit of backstory, but when I'm in the middle of like a horde of zombies and you're telling me about zombies broke into my house and I did nothing. I should have did something. It's like, you should. What stemmed this? We literally jumped through a little hole in the wall to this next area with zombies. What prompted this conversation? Or sometimes you'll go into like secret rooms. Because I went into a back room of a store once. So I'm like, oh, this is a door. What's in here? There was just a dead dude with his head in the toilet and blood all around. And my character is like, oh, so that's what happened to him. I'm like, Emma. It's like, what? And then I started going to a story about something. What prompts this? How am I supposed to pay attention to this? And it's not interesting. Like if they had like something, like a little description of the characters that you could read or something. Or like, hey, if you're that character and they say it, maybe you can go back and read it later because you played the character and was at this part. So it adds to their lore where everything else is like question marked out. Something like that to get you to know the character if they're going to add in lore. But if I'm going to go through every time and they're going to say these same things every time, it's just going to be like, will you guys shut up already? I don't care.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, the game has potential in some places, and in others it obviously does not hit the mark where it should. Some of it being the world building and the storytelling, where the characters just, I don't know. just don't feel natural, and the world doesn't feel like it's something that, you know.
I mean, if it holds up to Left 4 Dead status, then
No.
maybe well, like Left 4 Dead status in the sense of they'll allow people to mod it, at least on PC, to like make their own maps and stuff like that.
Shrek in the
Or
game.
add in like what is it?
Shrek.
Costumes. Yeah. Like add in stuff like that. It's like, okay, that you're doing the same thing, but now you got a new map to do it on. Or you're doing the same thing, but now there are Teletubbies and Shreks and giant Mickey Mouses. Like stuff like that, made the original
Tom, I
Left 4 Dead
heard
as like
that.
but like the original Left 4 Dead that gave it that little extra kick, that little extra comedy or a little extra meme. Something like that, which I don't know if they're gonna do for this game.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking themselves way too seriously with this game, which I don't think really captures the spirit of the original Left 4 Dead, where
And
it was goofy, it was over the
new
top.
do you think if they release new acts for this game or new chapters for this game, you think they're gonna be paid?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, they already announced that if someone has DLC, then other people get it for free if they play with them, or they get to use it for free. Rather, they rent it from the other people essentially.
Does
Yeah, I
that
mean,
person have to be the
yeah.
the
So
host?
like, it's probably like what we did before, where like I would have to invite you to a run, and then we could all do a run under my account with it. And I'm assuming that's
Oh,
gonna gonna be how it works through the campaigns when they're added.
Silly.
that shit better not be like $20 for 2 more chapters. Nope, these
Yeah,
chapters aren't worth $10.
that's gonna be what it's gonna be likely.
And 1 new survivor or 1 new clean. I don't know why they're called cleaners.
Cleaners.
They be clean.
Well, it's like the last mission, we blow up a dam and or blow up like this tunnel, and then we get in a car and drive off. And it's like, was that the whole point of was that the whole point of this? It's like, were we just coming here to do that? Because like in Left 4 Dead games, you were trying to get somewhere to get away from the zombies to get safe. And this one, you were kind of in a safe place, left, did something, and then you come back. Like that wasn't really explained. Which, like Left 4 Dead, that wasn't really needed for an explanation. There were zombies. You were trying to get somewhere safe. You went there. This one, they tried to add in a story, but didn't tell you what the story was. They just said, "Hey, here's a gun. Shoot stuff."
I don't know, Tyler. You just seem like you're on that hater pack, man. You gotta be.
Oh
on
fuck!
that,
I haven't
man.
said it all night. The game's not even out yet. You guys were on the Pac-Man. Pac-Man. Ha ha ha. Bars.
Bars.
But yeah, Tom, what do you think based on what we've said?
I think that I'm gonna wait for the game to come out.
You know,
Like I'm gonna play the beta, but I kind of want to reserve all judgment until the game comes out. And then when the game comes out, I'm not afraid to dunk on it if it's still the same thing.
okay.
I
Because
think I'm gonna wait. Like, I'm gonna wait a little bit after it comes out, just for the sake of I don't want to buy it and it just be like, oh yeah, I played it for a day, or hey, I paid $60 for this game I played for 2 days. Like, if it's still like the beta, it's like I'll wait for it to go on sale for 30.
Yeah, don't blame me there. Don't blame me at all.
I'm waiting for the reviews and see people dunk on it and say it's a shitty Left 4 Dead.
Oh, they're definitely gonna say that.
Yeah. There's already a lot of negative opinions on it on the internet, so but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird that
Revolver.
when you're in the firing range shooting at each other, it's so much fun. But then you get weapons that's like that one shot you. This is powerful. I need to get that
And
one
then you
actually
feel like
playing.
the zombies and it's not actually that strong.
Well, it's like it's not even that it's not that strong. It's just there's no real point in getting certain weapons. Like, okay, you get this sniper rifle that one shots players. Awesome. Whereas the Deagle, you shoot a player with it and it does like maybe a fourth of their health. Whereas if you shoot any zombie with the grazed eagle from the beginning of the game, it kills him instantly.
Yeah.
So there's really no point in
Using
the
anything
damage.
else.
Well, that's yeah. There's no point in the damage output on the weapons shown on players. Like if they do add like a well, probably like how they did in World War II, like the little pre-game lobby thing where it's like you've killed this player 7 times, he's killed you 4 times, and you go out there and you compete while you're waiting. That'd be a little fun mini game. We'd probably do that a lot more than actually running the game. But
Unfortunately.
that would be so much fun. Of course, you got to run up to the wall, get all your stuff again. Because every time you die, you start with nothing. And if someone like me is standing at the doorway with a one-shot axe, it's very difficult. One-shot axe I can hit through walls.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, you did jump up. You did jump up and killed David from like literally a two stories above you and just whack him with an axe.
And he was on the other side of the sandbags, and I hit him through that.
Yeah, yeah. So, in conclusion, Back for Blood is mid as fuck.
There's another thing. There's a lot of points in that game that it didn't tell you had to run. That it didn't tell you that you had to shoot something for zombies to stop spawning. It never told you points like that. So we're sitting here fighting and fighting and fighting and overrun. And it's like, why is this still happening? Then you look through this little hole and it says time to run. Like, what? And it's on like a cardboard thing on the other side of the hole that no one would think to look through because we're fighting zombies. Or zombies are coming through a tunnel. It's like, oh, shoot the explosive right here. And it'll take down the tunnel. No, you're just like, hey, there's a lot of zombies over there. Let me shoot this explosive so to kill all the zombies there. No, it shuts down. So how were we supposed to know that? Nobody said anything. Nothing was like prompted. That needs some quality of life changes.
So yeah, in conclusion, Back for Blood is mid as fuck.
Oh, he's gonna fucking say it.
What?
Sonic Colors is mid.
I didn't have to say it. You said it.
I didn't say it. You said it.
Any closing thoughts on the end of the podcast?
More game shit. Next week's going to be on fire. There's a lot of stuff coming out next week.
Next week is you're on the pack, Tyler. Next week is going to be Pokemon and like Hades. That's it.
And Avengers, the Black Panther.
Oh, fuck gives a shit.
Oh exactly. My god, who the hell cares?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Who
the hell Black Panther say? Apparently he plays like like Black Widow and fights like Captain America.
Boy.
Oh my god. Who the hell cares?
And he throws knives like batarangs.
Tom, any ending thoughts on the podcast? None of that picked up.
Get off the pack, kids. Don't smoke it.
And subscribe.
And click the motherfucking like button you've watched at this point.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's the podcast is over. Depression. Woo. Man, you know, thinking about it too. We named this podcast a Zero Content Podcast, and literally the last few weeks, I feel like we've had zero content. So, maybe we're living up to the name. Man. Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I mean, we might have to branch out to more than just video game topics.
No, man, we just have to make our own fucking top. Well, I mean, we can, but like, we also have to make our own fucking topics sometimes. Man. Like, we have to do these conceptual podcasts where it's like, all right, favorite games. What's your thoughts on this lingering topic? What's your thoughts on blah 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 blah? Like,
I feel like one of the things I want to do in the future with this, and it's totally up to you guys if you're down in the future, is to like. I think we tried doing this once before with a separate podcast that we were doing, but like we all just coordinate playing a certain game around the same time, and then we just splurge our thoughts on the game as we're going through it.
Make it as natural.
Yeah, like when we did it with Persona 5, where it was like, okay, yeah, we're all playing through Persona 5. What point are we at, and what are our thoughts on it? Stuff like that.
It's like a video game book club.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something I'd want to do in the future. It's just we have to figure out what game that could be for all of us, and where when and where it would be feasible to do it. Because we're all busy people, we all got schedules, so I'm sure it's going to be a difficult time to sit down and really digest and play through a game hours at a time. But whatever. Yeah. In any case, podcast. Yeah, over. I'm going to bed. Woo! Yeah.